Right now, you're reading this on a device that fits in your pocket, in a room that's probably not actively trying to kill you. That's not normal. That's not even close to normal. For almost all of human history, being born came with a set of odds so brutal that simply reaching adulthood was basically a coin flip stacked against you. So let's ask an uncomfortable question. Out of everyone who's ever been born, when was the worst possible moment to show up? We're going to count down 5 of the deadliest windows in human history, from bad but survivable to you should probably start digging your own grave the moment the umbilical cord is cut. Number 5, the Ice Age, roughly 20,000 years ago. Ice sheets up to 2 miles thick buried huge parts of North America, Europe, and Asia. Global temperatures were around 10 degrees Fahrenheit colder than today, which sounds mild until you realize that's enough to turn entire continents into frozen wasteland. If you were born here, your childhood involved learning to hunt animals literally the size of school buses, using nothing but sharpened sticks and raw nerve. Your house was either a cave shared with dozens of relatives, or, if you were lucky, a hut built from mammoth bones. Your medicine cabinet was a patch of plants and a prayer. A minor infected cut, something we treat today with a $5 tube of ointment, could reasonably end your life. And yet, humans not only survived this, they thrived, inventing tools, mastering fire, and painting on cave walls in the middle of an apocalypse. Bad, but survivable, if you were tough, lucky, and paid attention.
Number 4. The dawn of agriculture, around 10,000 years ago. This one's sneaky, because on paper it sounds like an upgrade. Humans stopped chasing food and started growing it instead. Genius, right? Except settling into permanent villages packed people and their livestock closely together for the first time in history, which meant diseases that used to fizzle out in small nomadic groups could now spread like wildfire through a crowded population. Diets got worse, not better. Less variety, less protein, way more vitamin deficiencies. Archaeological remains from this era show widespread evidence of malnutrition, anemia, and dental decay so severe it looks almost violent. And then there's the fragility of it all. One bad drought, one locust swarm, one flood at the wrong time, and your entire village could starve while staring helplessly at an empty sky. Being born here meant trading the danger of the hunt for the slower, quieter danger of your own food supply betraying you. Number 3. The Mongol invasions, 14th century. If you were born into the path of the Mongol Empire, your life expectancy depended entirely on how fast that dust cloud on the horizon was moving toward your city. Led by Genghis Khan, the Mongols built the largest contiguous land empire in human history, stretching from the Pacific coast of China to the edges of Eastern Europe. And their strategy was brutally simple. Arrive fast, overwhelm completely, leave nothing standing. Entire cities were wiped from the map in a single afternoon. Mongol horse archers could hit a target from 300 yards away while riding at a full gallop, essentially inventing mobile warfare centuries before anyone had heard of a tank. Historians estimate the Mongol conquests killed somewhere around 10% of the entire global population, at a time when the global population was already tiny by modern standards. If you were born in the wrong city in the wrong decade, your odds of simply growing old were not in your favor. Number 2. The Black Death, starting in 1347. Europe received an unwanted delivery from Central Asia, carried by fleas that had absolutely no idea they were about to reshape human history. The bubonic plague tore through cities with a speed that medieval medicine had zero ability to comprehend, let alone stop. You could catch it from a handshake, a shared drinking cup, or simply breathing the same air as someone infected. Symptoms included swollen, blackened lymph nodes, high fever, internal bleeding, and death, often within days of the first symptom appearing. Somewhere between 30 and 60% of Europe's entire population was wiped out in just a few years. Whole villages were abandoned outright. Economies collapsed overnight, and doctors, trying desperately to do something, anything, walked around in long-beaked masks stuffed with dried flowers, believing bad smells were the actual cause of the disease.
If you were born into this window, your survival had almost nothing to do with strength or intelligence, and almost everything to do with pure indifferent chance.
Number 1. The Toba supervolcano eruption, roughly 74,000 years ago. This is the one that almost erased the entire human story before it really got started. When Toba erupted, it threw more than 670 cubic miles of ash and debris into the atmosphere, enough material to blanket the entire continental United States. The eruption triggered a volcanic winter so severe that sunlight was meaningfully blocked for an estimated 6 to 10 years straight. Global temperatures crashed by up to 27 degrees Fahrenheit. Plants died on a massive scale. Animals starved. Entire ecosystems collapsed across multiple continents simultaneously. For early humans already living on a razor's edge of caloric survival, this was close to a full stop. Food vanished. Landscapes turned to frozen desert. Rivers dried into cracked mud. Some researchers estimate the entire global human population may have dropped to fewer than 3,000 individuals. 3,000 total. A genetic bottleneck so severe that every single human alive today is, in some sense, descended from that impossibly small surviving population. No reliable food. No sunlight for years. No guarantee that tomorrow would look any different from today, or that there would even be a tomorrow worth waking up for. And somehow, a small number of stubborn, exhausted humans made it through anyway. So here's the thing worth sitting with. Every single person alive right now is the end result of an unbroken chain of people who survived exactly this. Ice ages, failed harvests, invading armies, plague, a volcano that nearly ended the species outright. Somewhere in your ancestry, someone outran a predator they shouldn't have escaped. Someone recovered from an infection that should have killed them. Someone was in the one village the plague somehow missed. Someone was among the 3,000 who made it through Toba's decade of darkness. None of that was guaranteed. None of it was owed to you. You are not the product of good luck. You're the product of an absurdly long streak of people who simply refused to die at exactly the wrong moment, over and over again, for tens of thousands of years, until eventually, you showed up.
So the next time something minor ruins your day, a delayed flight, a bad Wi-Fi signal, a cold cup of coffee, it might be worth remembering what your ancestors actually had to survive, just so you could be mildly inconvenienced today.